Morning everyone, hi, this is Ifat for Lula Studio, and today I'm going to personalize a gift, a bracelet that I did for a friend, a male friend. I love making a bracelet for men, they're quite nice. And he asked for a fishbone faux leather bracelet, and since he's a bike rider and he bought a real nice new bike, then he wanted something personalized. He loves Ducati, so this is the base bracelet that I did, and I needed something that will not tear apart as he rides in the wind, and it could not be magnetic, so I did a clasp, lobster clasp, a big one, to fit the main image that I wanted. And he asked for a love plate. That's what I had. He picked it up, and I saw it on, and now I need to personalize it. And what he asked for is a Ducati symbol, like little pendant. So he sent me this picture, and I printed it in a regular printer on a regular paper, just like that. And I picked out the right size. I downsized it and I picked the right size for my bracelet, and this is what I got. Now it's a regular page, it's too thin obviously, so what I need to do is this is a pizza a pizza cardboard, and I'm going to glue it on with Mod Podge. I'm going to also coat it with Mod Podge, and then I'm going to put some resin on it. I'm going to resin it, and I'm going to get a bail, put it on, and get a really nice bracelet. So I'm going to get my gloves and everything, and we'll start. So I'm going to take my Mod Podge, and I'm going to glue that to the pizza board, and afterwards I'm going to cut it to the same size. I'm going to coat it on the symbol as well, so the page will not be damaged and the resin will not damage the print. Hope so anyway, because it's a regular ink printer. Hope everything will go as planned, because that's a gift. That's going to be a very nice gift for him. And we're going to wait until it dries, and then I'll cut it out, then we'll start resin. So now this little guy, the Ducati symbol, is glued to the pizza board and coated with Mod Podge. Hope you can see that. It's a really cute thing. And after I will coat it with resin, we'll put a bail behind it, and that will be hanged on the bracelet, and that will be super nice. Hope that will come out like I wanted. You can do that basically with everything. You can print out unicorns as far as I can say, and and you can do basically every print you want. You can downsize it and then coat it the same method and personalize your bracelets and jewelry for the people you like. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I think somewhere in the clasp, and since a lot of things are going on in the front, and now that it's dry, until it dries completely, I will resin. I'll prepare my resin. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. So now is mixing time. Up until now, I just used UV resin And lately I got my courage to try real resin, air dry resin. I was always afraid of the measuring and being precise necessities, since it's not me. It's so not me, but I got some really nice results because of the resin. It's not UV resin. UV resin is sticky and it can play on you with bubbles. And this is more fun, actually. I love the results. I love the shiny and hard results of the resin. And now, because in my country it's really expensive to buy these bottles, 2 bottles of these cost like about $30, and it's nuts because it's nothing. I do lots of jewelry, and that's why I decided to order 2 gallons of resin and 2 gallons of hardener for about, I don't know, about $5. It's crazy. $5, $6, $7, and that will last for a lifetime. I will be 60 by the time it will end. Hopefully not. And hope to make a lot of nice jewelry. And I can tell you that I did a very big batch with resin and played with alcohol ink last night, and I did like 3-4 days of coats. The first coat was blank white, and afterwards resin with ink dripped inside, making all kinds of nice shapes and textures. And then every day I just add 1 millimeter of resin coat and drop some inks inside, and until I reach the end of my molds. And I do a batch of molds every time because it's a long process. And that was very nice. I have to tell you, I love alcohol inks lately. And that was after experimenting with acrylic pours for a while. And then I got into the alcohol inks because I love the way they look. I love it. And I love mostly drawing with them. Not so much of an abstract, but more drawing. I find that it brings me great results and a very good time doing it. So I'm gonna speed it up. You don't need to see me stare and stare. And take the bubbles out for a while, and then I'll coat it and use the rest of it, because I have a lot in here, for another project, a very quick one. So see you in a while. Okay, so I have my my mixed resin. Still have some micro bubbles in there, but actually I don't mind. I try to pop them up with a heat gun or a straw, but I never get to get them out completely, and I actually don't mind. It's a really small pendant, so no one is going to mind, actually. I'm still having troubles deciding if I want to brush it on or drip it. And what I think I will do, I will brush it on, because I don't want it to spread all over the place and be weird. So I'm going to, hope you can see that. I'll just zoom in maybe a little bit. There we go. Tell me if you see anything, or if you don't. I really hope the resin will be cured nicely. And that will keep the symbol nice and coated with resin will give it a nice shine. Let's see what I'm going to hold it like, it's really small, so it's really difficult. I'm going to coat it on the other side as well. That's what I plan. After the front is dried, and that will take 24 hours. That's the problem. The UV resin will cure immediately if you put it under UV light. And that will satisfy your need to get the instant results and enjoy your creation. But I think it's worth the wait. It's quite different. All right, so I coated it with the resin. I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours, maybe less. And then I'll flip it over and do the opposite side, and I will see if I need another coat. If I do, I will do that. Maybe I'll dome it a little bit, maybe a little bit of a dome that will give it a nice 3D effect. And I'll meet you there. Oh my God, excuse the noise. The neighbors are banging something on the wall. I'm really sorry. With the leftovers of the resin that I had to measure, I put in some glitter, nice blue glitter that I had, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Also, UV resin, you cannot do that, all right? You cannot put inside so much glitter or paint because the light will not penetrate the resin, the UV resin, and that will not dry. That will just stay sticky. And that was a big obstacle that I faced using UV resin. And since I started using real resin, I could put in anything I like. And this I love, the fact that I can put in anything. So with the leftovers, I'm just going to cast some silicone molds that I have. That's like a key pendant that you can hang, and I have those that are nice with the Eiffel Tower and butterfly and hearts and stuff. And I'm going to use that, and I'm going to give it to someone. Hey, that's what our friends for. I'm going to cast it, and that is a thing that you need to know about the difference between UV resin and real resin. You can put anything in resin, but you cannot put so much glitter and stuff in UV resin because the light will not penetrate the resin because of the disturbance of the glitter and the stuff you put inside, and that will not cure, and that really is an obstacle to get nice results. Maybe people that work with UV resin will disagree with me. Maybe they have some kind of a trick to do that. I will be really happy to hear that in the comments if you have a solution for that, but if not, I think you will agree that it's not possible. It has to be really clear, and you can put some embellishments, but really a few, just to keep it clear for the UV light. And I'm trying to get all the air out by doing some vibration. And maybe I'll use the cardboard just to swipe off some of the leftovers. Yeah. Now I can see I have some areas that, no, everything is casted nicely, hopefully. That will be the first one. That's very nice, very glittery, very happy. Some girl will be extremely happy to get that. Let's put the Ducati out of the way, maybe. So you can see. And what should I do next? Maybe the Eiffel Tower. I love the Eiffel Tower. I haven't seen it for a while, but I love it. I think it's ugly and beautiful at the same time, and I think that's what the French are thinking about it also. It's ugly and beautiful at the same time. From this little batch of resin, I can do so many molds. That's what I love about it. And the UV resin is also quite expensive, and it comes in a little bottle. It doesn't need the hardener, so it's supposed to be easier to work with, but I find it the opposite way. I think resin is easier to work with, though you have to mix and rate the amounts, and it's like chemistry, and for me, well, I don't like it at all. But when you get into it, it's not a hard process, and you get real nice results. So I'll cast what I can, and I'll see you tomorrow when I get the hard version of this one and I flip it over. I'll do another coat, and then we'll dome it. I'll show you how to put it on the bracelet. Thanks. So we're 24 hours later, and the pendant is ready. I resined it and domed it, and I put a bail behind so I can finally hang it on the bracelet. So I'm just gonna use a simple jump ring, about 8mm jump ring. And I wonder where should I hang it. I think for the convenience and safety of it, I will just, oops, yeah, it bailed on me. So we're going to close it safely. Don't have my tools here, but I don't really need it. And there it is, a DUCATI bracelet. See? So you can do anything. You can put the names of your children. You can put a downsized photo of your family. You can do anything here. Just have to print it, coat it with Mod Podge to protect the photo, resin it. If you want to dome it like me, dome it. If not, just brush it flat, then put a bail and enjoy the bracelet. It's really nice. I can't wait to give it to him. I hope he will like that, because it's personalized and it's done especially for him. And if you remember, I just want to show you, before I go, a quick view of the, if you remember, the resin with the alcohol ink implanted in it. So those are what I've been talking about. Just resin with dropped in ink, and I just let it flow inside. I don't have any intentions when I do it. I just pour it in and let the magic do its thing. It just layers and layers and layers. It was not dripped all at once to the resin, because otherwise it will just flow. So you can see we have multiple layers in there. You cannot see it 3 dimensions, but you can see the layers, not in the camera. And those are really nice, and I do it a lot lately. I hope you will try it too. And if you liked it, give it a thumb up, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.